Welcome back to Utagh's, your not-so-serious source in the Utah photography industry. Today we have a really fun guest here with us. This is Mel from Heritage Fleets.
Hey guys! Thank you for joining us, Mel.
Thank you so much. I'm so excited.
Good. Okay, so for those who don't know, Heritage Fleet, they are a Orem-based company that has the most gorgeous selection of vintage cars.
Thanks for that intro. Yeah, so basically we make vintage cars available for people for photo shoots, for weddings, for basically the perfect getaway, whether for a styled shoot or an actual wedding, just to make sure everybody's dreams can come true from the beginning to the very, very end of their wedding. Because we think that even after you've planned every single minute of your wedding, the getaway should also be perfect.
I agree. We live for a getaway moment.
And that's so fun that you are available to have them there all day instead of it's like a 1 hour time block where you get the car.
Exactly. So it's more than anything like what the person's budget is. Obviously, if they're like, I've spent so much on my wedding and I can literally only do 30 minutes of the car, we can do 30 minutes, you know?
That's amazing.
Some people are like, I want it from 6 a.m. until 6 a.m. the next day because I want to drive it to my hotel and I want to go get breakfast the next day. And we're like, you know what? As you should.
That's cool.
I love the idea of them getting to live in a fantasy for a moment.
Yeah. So it's kind of cool. We insure everybody under them so that they can drive it. A lot of rental places here just are like, hey, this is my grandpa's car. You can just use it, but something might go out in the middle of you driving on the freeway, and we don't want that to happen.
Yeah, then what happens?
So what we do is we own all the cars. It isn't like subleased or anything, so we make sure that they're all kept up, they're all beautiful, and they're clean. They're full of gas, so you don't have to worry about that. And then we make sure that it's running when you come out from your wedding, and you can just hop in and either drive to your hotel. We can switch cars with you, so you're like, I can just drive my little truck back to my house, whatever you'd like. But we make it very, very feasible for anybody to have this as an option for their wedding.
So I've been stalking your Instagram page, and you got a car. I'm gonna call it the Cruella de Vil car.
I know exactly which one you're talking about too. It's so cool.
But yeah. I'm not a car person, so I need you to tell me what your models are.
For sure. So we started. Well, I'll take you back to how we started Heritage Fleet so that I can tell you the order of how we got our cars.
Perfect.
So I had just gotten engaged in July, and my husband was like, I'm going to surprise my fiance with a car that I found for $2,000, and it's going to be our getaway car. So he found a 1960 Ford Galaxy, and it's like a turquoise. It feels like you're driving a boat. Like, it is pretty.
A land yacht.
Basically. And he like knocked on my door for a date that day, and like I come out and he's got flowers and he's standing by this vintage 1960s car, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is my future husband.
Okay, pause. You broke the mold when you found him.
And I was like, whose is this? Did we steal a car? And he's like, it's ours.
Oh.
So then we went to like the state fair or something like that, and it was just so cute because like everybody, whether you're like 4 years old or like 90 years old, everybody's just turning looking at this car because it's like an eye catcher. So we enjoyed that car, and it was going to be our getaway car. And then my husband drove it on his bachelor party, and somebody ran him off the freeway. It was super sad, and it totaled the car just because it's an old car. Like, it costs way more to fix it than to just sell it. So insurance covered that, and we got enough money to be able to buy another car. And we bought a 1982 Mercedes, and it's like our little white car that can be a convertible, and that's what we ended up using for our wedding. So Unfortunately, the Ford Galaxy didn't make it to the wedding, but it made it to 2 weeks before, and then we were able to get a car right before. So that's kind of what kickstarted it.
But it cemented its way into your heart.
Yeah,
like you got all the memories, and this is what kickstarted everything.
Exactly. I'm like, wow, this is going to be so iconic for my kids to hear someday. But we got that car, and then like probably 2 weeks after that, we had a black car that has a red interior. It's a Mercedes from 1959.
Ooh.
And they call it a Ponton. I don't know if that means anything to anyone.
Uh-huh.
But it is just like so classy, so pretty. But there's a story behind each car, so it's kind of fun. The white one, it was owned by one woman her whole life, and then she passed away and her family didn't know what to do with it. So it was in a garage, and then 20 years later they sold it to us. So it's kind of fun. Like, it had one owner in Arizona, now it's ours. Then the black one, it was restored by a man that was 90 years old. And he loved them, but he was like, I know that these cars aren't going to last. Like, I'm not going to last forever. These cars are going to outlive me. So he sold them to this younger guy, and then he sold them to us. So that's where our black one came from. It didn't work when we got it.
Okay.
But we've gotten it running, and it's, I think, my husband's favorite car. It's super pretty.
Do they have names?
They do. The white one is the Merc, because it's a Mercedes. And then the black one's name is Betsy.
Oh, Betsy.
Yeah. Cute. And that's a 1959. And then we got another one that is a Fiat. So it's like the butter yellow one. It
Yes,
kind of looks like a
okay.
Porsche. That's why a lot of people like it, is because, like, the lights look cool, and it's just a very in-theme color right now.
Does it have eyes?
It doesn't have eyes.
Dang
No,
it.
I wish. Yeah. But it's really pretty, and it's a convertible, and so it can turn, if it's really windy and raining, we can just put that on, and you don't have to worry about it. But if it's sunny, we take off the convertible part, and it's perfect. That one, we're still playing with the name. We're not quite sure yet. And then our newest edition, it's a Gazelle. So that's kind
Gazelle.
of the name that we have right now, but we're still playing with that name.
You
And
need
it's
to
the
call it-
Cruella de Vil
You
one.
need to call it Cruella.
But it is like the most dramatic, like, oh hi, this is an old car and you want this one.
It is really cool.
Yeah.
I'm completely enamored with it. It's my, as soon as I saw that pop out, I was like, Shannon, we need to have a talk.
Get that on the feed.
I have ideas. So many.
Oh yeah. And that one's from 1929, so that's our oldest one, which is so cool.
Oh, it's so great Gatsby coded.
Oh,
which I
literally.
think is phenomenal.
Uh-huh. So we're gonna have to work together after
Yes,
this for a shoot.
Definitely.
Oh no, twist my arm.
But they're all unique, and the cool thing is they kind of cover like every aesthetic that somebody could want for a getaway car. We don't have a truck yet, but I feel like for all of the fancy weddings, we've covered the bases, you know?
Yeah.
And I think, of course, you're in Orem, which is like the mecca for weddings.
Right.
So you're covering all your bases with like, what escape vehicle would you like?
Exactly.
Who do you want to be for a day? We
No,
got
for
you
real.
covered.
Yeah. And if somebody say they wanted it for bridals, they could use it for bridals and then have it for their getaway. Because if we know wedding days are like so packed with so many pictures that you're taking that you're not like, oh, I wanted to have 30 minutes of pictures with the car. Totally understandable. We could do bridals one day and then getaway so you have 2 pictures at the end with it, you know?
Love that.
That's awesome.
What is your favorite location to take your cars to for photos?
Ooh. We've been doing a lot of different places that aren't necessarily like venues per se, and it's been cool to just kind of like see the cars in the wild a little bit. We've got a couple weddings in River Bottoms Ranch this summer, which I'm so excited about. And then like Wadley Farms, like anything that kind of gives it, like elevates the car and like the car elevates the venue. It's just fun to see how it just ties
them
everything together.
Tells the story
Cruella
together.
car at Wadley Farms.
Oh,
That would be so fun.
Yeah.
so I had a house in Midway for 14 years. And so River Bottoms Ranch is like, I know these views backwards and forwards.
yeah.
I think this is an incredible spot to have a car. And
Amen.
like, 360 mountains. Love it there.
Yeah. And it's cool how like the car can be a centerpiece to a lot of different things. So say the photographer wants to work with it, but also the florist can work with it. Like the planner can add something onto it. So it's very like whatever the couple wants, we can make it their dream. So some people have just gone with just the car. We've got a huge bow that we can put on the back that says just married. That's kind of like a not a tacky type of thing. And then we've had florists do pretty like arrangements even in the back seat that like overflow out.
The
I'm like,
cascading
oh,
florals out
yeah.
of the back seat is so pretty.
exactly. I'm like, let's make all of your Pinterest dreams come true. Okay, rent one of our cars.
Like, oh, I see your Pinterest board just inserts pictures of cars.
No,
Oh,
for
look,
real.
how'd that get there? But no, the cascading ones out of the back seat, that has been something that I've been dreaming of
Same.
forever.
Seriously.
But
Yeah.
y'all's collection, I think,
have
is
to make
so
it happen.
unique. Because I've seen like vintage limos,
Yeah.
I've seen like the traditional, what are they called?
Convertibles?
Yeah,
Thank you. I'm like,
Yeah.
recliners?
Top recliner?
The car recliners? Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, it's called a convertible.
We got you.
But I've seen like traditional convertibles, but having the vintage element, it feels so much more romantic.
Yeah.
than just like borrowing your uncle's car for an exit. Like, I want it to feel romantic and memorable, and this is something you're excitedly gonna throw your children one day.
Exactly.
They're like, do you see this?
Yeah, and it's a timeless thing. Like, modern cars today, like, they look cool, right? Like, you could have, like, a current Ferrari or, like, something like that, but that's not super, like, attainable for everybody to have. Not everybody's dad has that, you know? And so I'm like, this really gives the opportunity for somebody to be like, I'm going to have this for maybe an hour or 3 hours or the whole day, but it's going to make the day for me. And a lot of times it makes the day for, like, the guy, because the girl plans everything, and a lot of time we do test drives, and a lot of times the guy will come with his fiance and he's like, this is everything I wanted for my wedding. And I'm like, I'm so glad you're getting what you want to, because obviously the girl has planned out what napkins there's going to be, what dress she's going to wear, and the guy, he's got a suit, he's got shoes. But other than that, he's not super, like, noticing the florals all that much, you know, different things like that. But the car, I think, is really, like, it could be a super cool gift for your fiance, or the girl could surprise the guy for it, or even the guy could be like, I really want this for our exit, and, like, get it as a surprise for his fiance, you know?
And then he's more excited to take photos.
Exactly. We'll do anything for that.
Ding, 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 ding. No, I think too often the man gets left out of the planning process. And so when you have these little elements that get them excited about the day, they're looking forward to that.
Totally.
It changes everything.
Like, while the guys are getting ready for the day too, put them all in the car.
Literally, yeah.
All the groomsmen in the back seat.
Oh my gosh, I've done it with a golf cart, but I think be a little bit better with a vintage car, just a little.
Just elevate it a little bit. But yeah, I think another thing that has always kind of drives me crazy a little bit as like a bridesmaid is when you see the groomsmen come out and they like just destroy a car with like inappropriate things, or like just a normal car that, okay, it's maybe not an expensive car, but it's like their Toyota Camry now looks like garbage, you know?
And their Venmos on the back.
Yeah, exactly. And so I kind of saw this as an opportunity to be like, the bride doesn't even have to worry about that happening, because we won't let anyone touch your car. Like, we can make a sign for you that says just married, and that's great. You know, that is sufficient for people to know that you just got married and you can drive to your hotel and not worry about that. But like, the last thing you want is your dad and your grandpa and your uncle that you hardly know to see those things written on your car, and then you're like, and they used a wax that doesn't come off when I go through the drive or the car wash. So
or you now have to drive that car to the airport and park it there with all these things
And just hope that it rains.
No, literally. You're like, we're not doing covered parking.
You come back and it's caked on by the sun. You're like, no. So yeah, this eliminates that fear.
Exactly. So we kind of just try to make it as stress-free as possible. Like, we come, we drop off the car, we stay there, just so that somebody's not like, oh shoot, all the emotions are so high, I forgot how to start a car. That happens, right? So we can be like, it's already started. Just put it into drive.
That's so nice.
Yeah.
The fact that these all work is incredible. I think we've all had a prop car that they gets dropped off by a trailer and then they pick up by a trailer.
And they take the keys away so you can't touch it,
Yeah,
you can't drive
right.
it. Yeah.
But the fact that you let the couple make their grand exit themselves and have that moment, I think that's really a phenomenal practice to have.
Right. We have one car that can be like chauffeured because it has a back seat. But I know that a lot of people want like that intimate moment that's just like you and your husband that you just got married. And like, we had one of our bridesmaids put a camera, like, or a phone, right, as we got in, but neither of us knew. So like, our reactions are so just who we are as like a newly married couple. And like, we want to get a little phone stand that we can do that for our couples, right? Because that's just a moment
That's
that you will never
adorable.
forget. And then the videographer can use it for their video. That's what we did.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
Just like a little GoPro mounted.
Exactly.
That'd be darling.
Okay, now I need to do a vow renewal and hire you because that sounds so cute.
No, for real. And I'm looking at these film cameras and film. I also shoot on film. And I think that
okay,
I've been
fun.
obsessed with old cameras, and now I'm obsessed with old cars. And they just go really well
They
together.
really do.
It's just a match made in heaven.
Yeah. I
Photographing.
have, I think, 3 film cameras now, and I'm dying to test them out, so we're going to have to make that happen.
We will. With our Cruella car.
Yes.
I have a vision. I already have the Pinterest board made in my head.
Let's do it.
Yeah. I guess I have a question for you guys. As photographers, what is something that like a vendor with a car would make your lives easier? Like, day of, or different things for like me to be aware of for all the photographers.
Orientation of a car with a venue is imperative. Like, talk to them about, hey, which way should it be facing for their exit? Because we need to make sure the lighting's good if they're leaving during the daytime. At nighttime, it doesn't matter so much. We have flash.
Yeah.
But if they're leaving during the day, we need them lit well so we can coordinate with you to tell you, hey, this is the direction they need to make their grand exit. Or if they're driving in, hey, can they come from this direction? That makes a big difference in your car looking the best and making sure the model, or not the model, but the couple is not either being blinded by the sun or be just like not completely in the shadows while everything else is blown out.
Yeah.
So we want to help you guys with that because we speak the words of light.
And never be afraid to ask the photographer because we're always more than happy to guide.
True.
9 times out of 10 we have an opinion.
We just need to ask and then it's unleashed. No, I've definitely seen that. A lot of times the planner's the one that's like, let's do it this way. And then the photographer will come out and be like, hey, so actually.
You're like, I see the parking lot, not the venue.
No, exactly. And what we kind of want to start doing too is sometimes there's certain parts where like guests will park very close to where the entrance is. We're like, we need to invest in some cones where we're like, nobody parks here, not just for like pictures, but also like, let's make it easier for them to get out. And let's also not have somebody's like bright orange Tacoma sitting in front of our little white cute little car,
and that's
you know.
less editing for a photographer to do at the end of the day too, so that's great all around.
We appreciate that. And for a videographer, they get more space to like take in the moment instead of being like, I have to rotate slowly to get the right angle.
Yeah. I bet windows down too probably helps where like you have less glare and even your flash, you don't have to worry about that.
Yeah.
That's good to know.
These are all the things like photography related. They're just little details that we go crazy over. And so it's nice to have you ask about it.
And saves you hours of editing.
Yes. Usually we're like, we'll make it work. But it's fine.
It's so true. I feel like a lot of couples that have never had their pictures taken sometimes are like a little awkward in front of the camera. But like a car kind of like gives them a prop.
It's a good prop.
Yeah.
Props are the key
Right.
to couples that have never like had photos taken or they feel like I'm awkward or all of a sudden my hands have mittens. What do I do?
These are hands out of your pockets.
Grab the steering wheel. Grab it.
Exactly. And like we have one car that like has cassettes in it and even just like having music playing I've seen just like loosens people up and they're like, oh, I can take good pictures. I'm like, you guys look stunning and now you have to believe it. Like
oh, I love that. If you can coordinate with the DJ, if there's external speakers at a location to have music playing too, that is a moment. It just increases the vibe for everyone.
So true.
I die on the hill that like you have to have a DJ at your wedding because they control the entire mood of your wedding day. And they're good MCs, so they get the people where they need to go.
Right.
But
Yeah. No, seriously.
I think music with a grand exit, I think it needs to become a standard. Just because you don't want to have the big party and then cut it and then be like, okay, arrange yourselves.
Yeah.
Get outside. Get outside.
And then everyone's just standing there staring and not sure what to do, and it's quiet and weird.
And then you're the photographer standing at the end like, hi.
And they're like, who's lighting the sparklers?
So music helps diffuse attention, and then it gives your couple, they have a song now tied into their end of their day. And as they're driving off, and even if it, like, if you have a cassette player or a CD player in a car, blast it. Have that be their farewell as they drive off.
Oh, I just love it. I love.
Good. I know I'm going to ask you to pick a favorite child, but which car is your favorite?
Ooh, this is hard. There's one that I love to drive, and there's one that I love to look at.
Tell us both.
So the one that we drove off from our wedding, it's the white Mercedes. It's also a convertible. That one is so fun to drive. And maybe it's because it's like the oldest child that I've had the longest or whatever. But the interior of that car is like a dark brown. Like it feels like chocolate inside. Ooh. And just like driving it, I just feel so cool. And I'm like, wow, this is my car. And then the white goes really well with like any colors. Like even if you have like dark reds and greens, this car still works. And then the car that I love to look at the most is probably our black car with the red interior. Because like pictures where you have the couple inside and they're like kissing or like you have the door propped open so you can see the red interior. It's just very dramatic.
It's a little
and I'm
sexy.
Like, yeah.
Yeah.
No, seriously. I'm like, the back
Cars
seat's a bench seat.
Hey! That's good to know for pictures.
Yeah.
No, we are fans of like sexy moments are good. Cars are sexy. Lean into it. It's also, we're in the business of romance. We love it
Right.
when there's
Yeah.
romantic elements like that. So a black and a red interior. Ooh.
And the guy's gonna feel
Exactly.
so cool getting pictures taken in that. So
No, literally. I've seen guys like go from like just very stiff to getting into the car and they're like, oh, this is my moment.
the tension just releases.
And then they're like, and my wife's so beautiful too, but
Yeah.
this car is really cool.
I love you, honey. Give me a minute with the car.
I think it also like allows for cool like personal pictures. Like the guy standing next to the car, so cool.
Yeah.
And I've had this image in my mind of having the white car with the guy standing by it in his black suit, and then the black car with like a bride in a white dress. I'm like,
Let's do
Let's-
it.
oh, that would be perfect.
Okay, so I literally, I had this idea pop in my head. I want the guy to do his getting ready, like final touches, like in
Putting
the mirrors.
his tie
Oh, that would be
on.
And like
perfect.
checking himself in the rear view mirror, checking him
Literally.
in the side mirror, just like to make sure he's okay, judging the tie, cufflinks.
Oh,
Girl
Like,
with red lipstick in the mirror.
oh, so good.
getting chills.
And even so, Shannon and I are both well versed in flash and nighttime photos with cars because the light bounces differently. You get those good reflections. It feels very James Bond esque.
That is so true. It feels like you're in a movie.
Yes.
And who wouldn't want that for their big day?
I had a bride. It was her vintage Ford Mustang, and it was robin's egg blue with silver with chrome accents.
Stop.
And she brought it to her venue at the American Fork Amphitheater, and that's what they drove off in. But we did their bridal formals with the car.
I just
And
love it.
It was so much fun. They were just the cutest couple, and she loved this car. And I got the groom in the front seat, and he just felt so like, I married her. Also, I got the car, but this. He was geeking out in the front seat, and I got like him adjusting the mirrors and the reflection, and it was just
Perfect.
So
good
fun.
moments. I'm a big fan of cars. And
Seriously.
I don't know the names, but I love cars.
That's all you need. The love of the game, you know?
They're all
Yeah.
different colors, right? So
Yeah.
you can just say that one.
The yellow one, the white
one.
one, the other white one, the Corolla one.
I'm gonna age myself real quick here in a minute, but I still have my high school car, which is a '99 Jeep Wrangler.
No
His
way.
name is Hertimer.
I love
And he has been my baby, and I tell everyone, I'm like, yeah, he's like the first man in my life. And he's been with me for 20 years now, which is
Wow.
bonkers. But I love him because he's metal and he's unique, and we take the doors off and the top off, and we feel so cool rocking up to my photo shoots with my old Jeep. So imagine feeling extra, extra, extra cool with an actually really nice car.
Do you take yours to Moab?
No.
No.
No. Moab Jeeps are built different. Those are really expensive toys. This actually functions as a car.
Okay.
We call it the Funmobile in my house because I have
That's
7-year-old
so
twins.
No way.
So we put their boosters in the back seat, the tops off, and they have their hands up like this in the
Stop.
air.
I love that.
We actually took the top and the doors off last month. Yeah, the weather's been all over the place,
You're like, so it's snowing on a car.
but we still haven't put it back on. We're like,
Your
it's
poor
fine.
car.
Oh yeah, we just bundle up when my husband when we have to
Exactly.
drive it. We're like, okay, get in. But still, the Funmobile.
yeah.
It's made for making memories. And that's what a
Exactly.
car should be.
Exactly.
It's a memory maker. So
No.
I think it's really amazing that you guys have really narrowed in and made this business for y'all.
Yeah. And we make sure, like, with our 4 cars, if there's 4 weddings that want to book that weekend, we can do that, you
Oh,
know?
that's awesome.
Which
You do
is
have the-
really cool. Yeah.
You have the team for this. Okay, that was gonna be my next question.
Yeah. So obviously, if there's like 4 really far ones, we do have to charge a little more because we have to get 4 different
Travel.
trailers.
Yeah.
But that's the nice thing. People don't have to be like, oh, they're already booked for that weekend. We can be like, well, we have a similar car, you know, like it's maybe a different vibe than you were like originally wanting, but it's gonna bring a cool vibe, you know. So we make sure that we can get there for everyone. But our weekends are filling up. So I would say if there's any styled shoots or photographers or weddings, book now because you won't regret it.
Okay, so tell the people what your radius is like. Like how
Totally.
far will you travel for a wedding?
Right. So we had somebody inquire last night for Boise, and we were like, we can make it work. So it's more than anything, you just let us know when and where, and we will most likely make it work. We've been working with the wedding planner in Moab, so we've got some that we're planning there. Obviously, Park City's a big one that we can get our cars there. And then, obviously, Utah County, Salt Lake, even up to Davis County, even up to Logan. I would say anywhere in Utah, plus a little more.
Okay.
It may just be a little bit more expensive, but that's it.
You need to go to Jackson.
We've been dreaming.
We need to have a talk.
We really want to park one of our cars in front of the Cowboy Bar.
Yeah.
Because we think that would be pretty iconic.
I have a cabin
Up
towards there. We'll talk.
I just really think it just brings, like, the vibe that's already there, just elevates it. And that is, like, that's what you want with your venue, with your dress. Like, everything that you plan is so intentional. I don't see why the car shouldn't be.
Do you also rent for like family photo sessions? Because that could be really cool.
So I've been wanting to, like, maternity photos would be really cute. Really anything. So it doesn't have to be just weddings, obviously. We can, like, take it up the canyon, have it, like, parked in a cool place. And then because we can move it, it's very easy to be like, we actually want it at this different angle. And it's not like, oh, they already left with the trailer.
Right.
Like,
It's gone. Sorry.
sorry, you can't move it. But basically, we're there for anything. So
That would be so cute. I just see it like in an open field with like the mom and dad in the front and the kids in the back,
So
like doing
cute.
puzzles or something.
Uh-huh.
That could be really fun.
a dream. So really anything. The sky's the limit with these. Yeah.
I love this idea for an engagement session. Like get the Merc.
Yeah.
And then you bring like a record player, like a vintage one, have it in the back seat of the car, like have all these little details just scattered about, people hanging out. I think that'd be darling.
You could like thrift some old cassettes and have them as props too.
Yeah.
Just picking through the cassettes and listening to music in the middle of the parking
field.
lot or field or whatever.
Bring a picnic, put it on the hood of the car. Cute. The ideas are endless. So
No, literally.
I love this. And you're in a good central location too to get to the beautiful mountains, the lake, the Great Salt
Exactly.
Lake.
Yeah. And even up into the Salt Flats. We've done like an elopement styled shoot and it was just iconic out there.
I
So
love the Salt Flats.
even with the wind, they still look good.
Oh, no, you guys just did the big elopement shoot with Planned by Peter.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
It was incredible.
I had major FOMO. No, I was in Denver visiting family, but I kid you not, they had the coolest installs. But I also know that it was the coldest, windiest, wettest weekend. And that all the
crazy.
vendors were fighting for their lives. And then the models are in their strapless gowns, rocking it out.
Yeah. It was insane. My husband did that one and he took the car up there and the wind on the trailer, he was like, I was going 50 on the freeway because I was like, there's no way I can get there faster with it being this windy, but we still made it. And there was salt everywhere and all the models hid inside of his truck while they were in between shoots. But the pictures that came out of it, I was like, can't even tell. It's amazing.
crazy.
Yeah.
It was some of the most highly stylized shoot. And the details were impeccable.
It looks like they got married on the moon. Like, it's so cool.
It's so good. And your models, you guys had my dream list models.
They're so
And I was
cool.
like, oh, FOMO like crazy. But you guys rocked it out. Like the car looked spectacular.
Mm-hmm.
I liked the white on white. It added some because you got to play with. You guys had more harsh sun, which was really good for depth there because
Totally.
the salt flats are tricky because that light is bouncing all over the place. So you did an incredible job.
Thanks. The car did all the work.
She just had to sit there and look pretty. She did a great job.
But we're excited to work with you guys and with literally anybody that wants to here in Utah and beyond.
And I think you need to promote, like, you guys do monthly shoots where you have
yes,
different
yeah.
photographers and models come out.
Yeah.
Too.
So we know that, like, a lot of times people that do styled shoots for beginners, like, beginner photographers can't pay $2,000 every month to do a car shoot or, like, to do any shoot, right? Mm-hmm. And we know that, like, there are incredible styled shoots where you get the whole wedding day and everything, and, like, I think those are worth it to pay money for. But for now, we want to be able to, like, promote anybody that wants to take pictures with their own models. Like, I'm sure everybody's got somewhere in Pinterest saved a car photo with either a bride or this cute couple that's got, like, a scarf tied around her head, and it's a little vintage. And so we've been doing monthly just shoots where we select the photographers that we want to come, and we're like, go crazy with it. You can bring whatever style you'd like. It can be vintage, it can be modern, it can be old money, it can be anything, and it just helps these photographers get the content they want, but also helps us to see the potential of these cars.
Yeah.
What else can we do with it? What other cars would serve, this audience really well? So, yeah.
Okay, I'm going to give you guys some major props here for just one moment. I am a stickler for styled shoot etiquette. I think it is very important to give people a breadth and space to work. Mm-hmm. And I really appreciate that you guys, when you were talking to us about this styled shoot opportunity, you said you bring your own model and then we rotate you guys as a team through the cars. Right. So it's not a bunch of photographers shooting one model. It's you bring your own and then you rotate to the different types of cars.
Yeah, I've never heard of anything like that before. So when you said that, I was like, oh, that makes sense. But I've never been to anything like that.
Right, and I think it gives everybody what they're wanting out of the shoot, mm-hmm. right? Because one photographer that shoots more high-end things versus one person that shoots film in a totally different style that's still high-end. It's I don't want them to both have to work with the exact same model in the exact same way. And also, we're all going to post on Instagram, let's be honest, and it's you don't want your photo shoot to look the exact same as somebody else's, even if you have a completely different style. Mm-hmm. So what we've seen in the past that's worked is okay, we have this time till sunset, and we're just going to go crazy with all the pictures. If somebody wants a little bit longer on a car, we can for sure be you get an hour over here, right? But some of the cars were you get a different vibe with each one. Mm-hmm. Let's let you do it. The model can change. They can do whatever they want as well, and we can just make it as efficient as possible, and for people not have to pay an arm and a leg to get these cool pictures.
Yeah.
I only take kidneys.
Same.
No, I really wanted to commend you guys for that, because I
you.
think that is so imperative in the photographer space. We do want to have our time to direct and shoot the way that makes our style significant to us. Right. So you are allowing that to happen.
Yeah, and you get to put your model wherever you want mm-hmm. in the car, yeah. right? Because you could have them fixing their bow tie in the mirror, and the other photographer's well, I really wanted them to be kissing. And
yeah,
you're
I was just gonna say that everybody directs their clients differently, and if you have a different style to the person that you get paired up with, and usually you don't get a choice with who you're paired up with. Yeah. So if you're a very different style of photographers, it's sometimes a little bit tricky. Mm-hmm.
The reason why Shannon and I work so well together is we're don't look at me, don't smile photographers.
Basically.
Yeah.
Be in your own little world, but don't look at us.
More documentary style than anything.
Yeah.
I love that style. It's so cool how you can capture someone in their own element, even if this isn't actually their own element, but it looks like it is,
Don't get me wrong. We're throwing prompts left, right, and center. It looks like we're not. So it's really hard for us when we're with somebody that's okay, look directly into my lens and smile. And we're no!
What if we didn't
put the camera down?
I have literally just walked away. I'm I'll be back in a minute.
No, for real. It's tough. And I also feel there's, depending on where you're at and the people you're around, you can feel almost forced into a creative box, mm-hmm. which I think is tough, especially when you're paying for something. You're this isn't really what I was hoping I would get out of this. But hopefully with ours, we can help people get what they want out of it and a little more, right? And so
definitely.
I have another venue for you guys to consider. Yes. Have you ever been to the UVU Museum of Art?
No, but I've been looking at it left and right, and I've been I need to go there. Can you pull up a car to it?
I'm an approved photographer there, so we need to plan a shoot there with Cruella.
No, I've been keeping my eye on it, and I'm trying to see if you can pull a car up to it, but I'm pretty sure you can. We'll figure out a way.
It used to be a house.
Oh,
so they have
lovely.
They have they have parking there, so we'll work it out.
Oh yeah. But really, anywhere, we'll find a way and we'll make it beautiful.
Oh, I love it. Well, yeah. I'm so glad you came. Can you... Okay, so what we'd like to do, we'd like to wrap this up with you telling people where they can find you.
Okay, perfect. So we're on Instagram. We're at heritage.fleet. And then we have our own website, and it's heritage-fleet.com. So on our website, we've got, pictures and descriptions of each of the cars. Also, we've got pictures from different shoots. So if you're I want to see what it looks like at the Salt Flats or what the same car looks like in front of a barn, that's probably on there. And then with that, we like doing custom quotes because everybody wants something different for their wedding getaway. So we just do through texting or a call or through Instagram, and we can make sure that we get what you want and it's a price that you are happy with. So obviously we have to take into consideration that there's insurance that we're also putting into there. So we don't usually do anything for free, but except for our shoots that we direct. But other than that, we make sure that everybody's insured and you're registered under a safe thing. And then with that, we get you all booked and it's for your day. We'll be there early and we'll be there with a clean car.
This is a luxury service you
Yeah.
are providing, so it makes sense completely that
Yeah.
you're like, we're going to do this the right way, not necessarily the cheapest way.
Exactly.
But you're providing a really good experience for people, so we're excited for that.
Thank you guys. It's been so fun.
Good. Okay, Shannon, where can people find you?
So you can find me on Facebook and Instagram at Shannon Ferrell Photography. On TikTok, it's just Shannon Ferrell Photo.
And you can find me across all socials at Allie Montemayor Photography. All right. Thank you, Mel, for joining us. This has been so fun, and we are so excited to work with you.
Me too. With our Cruella.
Yes, Cruella and I, we're having an affair. It's fine. All right, everybody. Thank you for joining us this week, and we'll talk to you next week. Bye.
Bye.